Hello, and welcome to Your Daily Balance, Idaho Central Credit Union's video podcast, where we're here to bring you tips and tricks to helping you on your way to achieving financial success. And today I'm here with Jay Tan. How are you, Jay?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. And we're going to be talking about gaming.
Woo.
I know you wouldn't
Gaming
think this
at work.
Yeah, even at work. Yeah. This isn't exactly something that you think of when you think of, helping members achieve financial success. But this is one of the coolest things that we've kind of implemented over the past several years. So we're going to talk about eSports and our relationship with Boise State and some fun things we do internally. So let's get to know you a little bit more about you to start out with. So why don't you tell us how long you've been at Idaho Central and what you do here?
Yeah. I've been with Idaho Central for about 9 years now, moving on 10 next year, and started off as a mortgage loan processor, somehow made it to IT. And right now I'm an IT manager, which has been really fun and really exciting.
Yeah. And what I love about you, Jay, is over the years I've gotten to know you a little bit because one of the things that you love is gaming. Mm-hmm. And we've talked about how to kind of bring gaming. I mean, you're not the only one at Idaho Central who works at Idaho Central that loves this. And you were like, there's a lot of people internally that love gaming. So how can we do something that kind of engages those team members? So do you want to talk a little bit about some of your thoughts and some of the things that you've done with gaming in Idaho Central?
Yeah, it all started with COVID.
Yeah.
The question came up, how do we engage team members remotely? And what better way than gaming, right? You sit at home and you don't even have to talk to people or see them, but it is very engaging. And, I submitted that idea not knowing what it would be in the future. And one thing led to another. It aligned with things that we were doing in the credit union itself. It was just going to be a fun activity on the side, but it aligned with other initiatives. And, at this point, we've worked with Boise State. We've had some internal of activities with team members, and we're looking to do more. Like I see the gym membership, I see just gaming as well, pick up games of basketball, pick up games in gaming. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah. And how many team members do you have that participate in this?
Ooh, yeah, I think it fluctuates, but we've probably had participation from like 50 to 100,
Wow.
friends, family, team members, and in different times, different places. And it's kind of like a come and go thing. And, one year we had a Boise State versus ICCU event where we probably had 20 to 30 team members just participating, going up against Boise State players and employees, or cast members, I should say.
Yeah.
And it was quite fun. It was very engaging. We got to learn a little bit more about what we do, and it was also very eye-opening in terms of there's more ways than one to serve. Yeah.
And we're going to kind of jump into that a little bit because we wanted to talk about what the Boise State eSports program is. That's been one of our sponsorships, and we've been engaged with them since about 2017. I think we started being involved in 2019. The program got up and running in 2017. And so they have their students, they have their coaches, they have their players. And I think it's been really fun to learn about. We're going to kind of highlight some of that today, but it's been fun to learn about what esports athletes do, and how that works with their schooling. And it's actually a pretty big program. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So have you gotten a chance to go over to eSports at BSU?
Yeah. So I've been there a couple times and visited for different reasons, for different events. And, just how much it's grown amazes me, along with ICCU, where back in the day, there was just a few computers, and now there's like a bunch more computers and a lot more students participating, engaging. And it's just so nice to see that, back in the day, you'd think gaming, it's never going to get you anywhere, but you actually have kids going for scholarships and making a future or building their future from this. And it's really nice to see how the culture has evolved in times today.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. And actually right now we're going to have a little clip of Doc Haskell. He is the Boise State eSports head coach, and he's going to tell us a little bit more about the program.
I'm Doc Haskell. I'm the head coach of Boise State eSports, and been a faculty member here for 17 years. We have had 26 students come into the program and graduate with a degree. That is the best milestone. we do the math on success. We've won 4 national titles. We won 11 conference titles, tons of individual awards. You add all of those great things together, over 1,200 wins now. They don't equal 1 degree. It's not even the same scale of economy. We're very, very proud of those things. And we'll just keep trying to achieve both at the same time, which are possible. But for sure, seeing so many students come to Boise State, live their passion, and then leave with their degree is the best thing we've ever done.
That is so cool to see. I love going there. I've been there several times. It's fun to see the athletes competing with all those computers. People can be sitting in the stands there watching. I mean, it's really exciting.
Yeah, and I think for our team members too, I was telling for our team members, it's nice to get casted. You know, a lot of people don't know what that means, but in today's society, you know, for somebody like Boise State to put you on their big screen and talk about how you play and talk about you and your gamer tag, your name is out there. That's an honor for a lot of the gamers today. You know, it's like the clicks, right? It's the likes, it's the clicks, it's the exposure. And some of our team members, we actually got some pretty good gamers out there. You know, one was telling me that they were walking around and like, hey, you're Pickle Fork. I'm like, oh, you know me through gaming? So is that your gamer name? Oh, that's not me. That's somebody else.
Somebody else, okay.
We'll keep them anonymous.
Okay.
But it was kind of interesting that it is a new source of media.
Yeah. And it's a way for people to really engage and be social with one another. The other thing I love about it, and Doc talks about this a lot, I've had a chance to kind of talk with him about the scholarship part of it and how really when they incorporated eSports into Boise State University, it's an avenue for these students and these athletes to get through their school, even get some scholarships, but most importantly, graduate and be ready to, you know, start in the world with their degrees, and they take the academic part of their education very seriously as well.
Yeah. And we do have a big impact at that, like supporting the esports. I've personally been able to interact with a lot of players, and even after they graduate, they still stay part of the community. And it's kind of nice to see, you know, I see our Green Team family, they have their own BSU esports family as well. Yeah. It's kind of cool to see.
Yeah. And we didn't really talk about it yet, but your shirt is a gaming shirt, right?
It is.
We did like these jerseys for our team members.
Yeah. At one point when we did our first, I believe it was a first event with them, I forgot which one it was, but we did print out these shirts. It was kind of a fun little thing we did.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh my gosh, ICCU is so awesome. They even got jerseys, you know? And I was like, yeah, we're always all in. And I think that's what we were celebrating, all in.
Awesome.
And yeah, we are all in.
Very cool. So the next thing I wanted to highlight today is Giving Games. Do you want to talk a little bit about Giving Games and what that is?
Yeah, so Giving Games was, again, part of that idea of what can we do with esports. And this was the first... one of the first things that we delved into, and we didn't even know how big it was going to be. But I believe it's, 4th or 5th year now that we've done this. And what Giving Games does is we put corporations together. There's a buy-in that people put in to play in the competition, and it all goes to charity. We donate all of the money to the Idaho Foodbank. And as we've gone through the years, it has grown. So I believe there was only like 4 or 5 teams, maybe 6 initially. And last year we were able to get 10.
Wow.
So meaning we made at least $10,000 with Idaho Foodbank in just a gaming event. And I was like thinking, man, this is community service, like gaming. You know, we do bike rides, walk for cancers. Hey, play for the food bank.
Yeah,
why not?
It's so great. I love this. And so those are December 10th through the 16th. So the entry fees go to the Idaho Foodbank, which is awesome. And then these corporations kind of compete with each other and with the esports students, right?
Yeah. So they have their own teams go in there. And ICCU, we've done about 2 teams per year, one for the East and one for the West representation. And we've also competed, and not going to brag, but we've won.
Whoa.
I believe all of them at this point.
Wow.
We play Call of Duty, and we have a pretty strong team with Call of Duty. Shout out to all our players out there.
I I love that. That is really cool. And I love that it's just kind of an unconventional way for people to kind of interact with each other. But then it's so impactful. It's become so impactful with the scholarships, with the academics, and with the giving to the nonprofits. So amazing. So
yeah, it was a great exploration and a success, I would say, on how can we, engage and make more impact beyond just gaming, right? And this new media, we're exploring how can you interact with members, team members, and just that person that's not even thinking about finances. I mean, come on, gaming and finances.
Yeah.
But there are, it's a new world, right? We live in today.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here. This has been so great. I love to learn about new things, and I'm personally not a gamer, but I love to learn about it. And this has been so great. So thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
If you'd like to check out the eSports Giving Games for yourself, you can go to Boise State's eSports page on Twitch and watch them right there. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you can be notified of future episodes. We will see you next time.